Right, so we've got section D, division, and we're looking at division with fractions. So, a couple of things that we need to know when we're dividing with fractions. First thing is that you can divide any fractions with each other. So if we look at this first question, we've got 2/3 divided by a quarter. And that's totally fine. Sometimes with fractions, you can't do it if the bottoms are different, but with division, totally fine. Now, bear with me because there's some weird steps to this. So this first fraction is going to stay exactly the same because what it's saying to us is that we had something and it was in thirds and we had two of them coloured in. Okay, so that one's going to stay as is. What we're going to do though, because it's quite hard to divide a fraction, because technically it already means division. So we're actually going to do two swaps. The first swap is we're going to turn this divide sign into a times sign, because dividing and multiplying are the opposite to each other. Then, because we used the opposite sign, we're going to use the opposite number to this fraction. So the way that we make it opposite is that we switch the two numbers. So the one that was on the bottom, the 4, is now going to go on the top. And the one that was on the top, the 1, is going to go on the bottom. So just check the 1 that was on the top, here it is now on the bottom, and the 4 that was on the bottom is now on the top. Okay, so we said that that first fraction, this 2/3, was going to stay the same. It is. It's going to stay exactly the same. 2/3 times 4 over 1. Now what we're going to do is then follow along the lines. So we're going to do the top times the top and the bottom times by the bottom. So 2 times 4 is 8 and 3 times 1 is 3. Okay. Now that's given us a pretty funky number. So what do we have to do there? So what we have to do is say, okay, how many times does this bottom number fit into this top number? So if I think up to my 3 times tables, I know I've got 3, then I've got 6. If I go to 9, that's too big. So I'm going to be able to fit 2 whole groups of 3 in. If I draw it, that might make it a bit clearer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I've got one group of 3, another group of 3. That's what my big 2 represents. And then those ones that are left over, those 2 little ones, they're going to go on the top. And I'm going to keep this number that was on the base, the 3, there. Okay. And so what we've done is now found out that if I get 2/3 and I divide it into quarters, I'm going to end up with 2 whole pieces and 2/3. Super fun. So just to quickly look at how we do that on the calculator. Oh, wrong one. Where's my calculator? I want my good calculator, not my dodgy one. Just let me find it. Okay, found it. So go to run and I go to my main section. Sorry, I just need to fit it on my screen. Okay, so I'm in here. If I want to put a fraction in, I click this little button there. Now on the way this calculator is set up, it's gonna look a bit weird. So just bear with me. So we've got 2 fraction 3. That little weird elbow just means that one. And then we're gonna go 1,